topics that we have explored within this class are the variety of management styles, such as human resources, human relations, and authoritarian. When we started to reflect on these types of styles, I started to wonder what causes authoritarian leadership or behaviors, and is there a way for me to prevent them within my own career? Well, these questions led me to an article that was published August 11th, 2025, by the Journal of Managerial Psychology. It was titled, How Does Perceived Job Stress Induce Authoritarian Behavior? The Role of Recovery Level and Proactive Personality. When I found the title, it made me stop and think, what if authoritarian behaviors are not a personality trait? What if there's something we can prevent? What if there are situational factors? Well, the article actually looks into this theory and examines that, excuse me, it examines an idea that maybe stress, specifically perceived job stress, may be a trigger for authoritarian behaviors. They also look into two key factors that may be a buffer into authoritarian tendencies. One of them is the recovery level, which is how well someone has a chance to decompress. The other is a proactive personality, someone who takes the initiative, plans ahead, and actively solves problems instead of acting passively. One of the things I found compelling within this article was how they explained and broke down their hypotheses. For example, one of the hypotheses was, quote, perceived job stress is positively related to authoritarian leadership behavior, end quote. They go on to explain that managers who experience stress are more likely to rely on control and command to push their subordinates into completing their tasks or goals, often at the expense of empathy. Now, to test their theories, they conducted an online survey using a data platform called Kodama. They focused on people that are in leadership roles and conducted it over a 2-week period. Week 1, leaders reported their stress levels, personality traits, and demographic information. Week 2, they reported recovery levels and any authoritarian behaviors that they exhibited that week. Now, I do like the layout of the survey because it allows us to track the stress, behaviors, and personality traits over a short period of time. But what really stuck with me with this article was how they didn't just identify a problem. They provide a practical strategies to how to avoid authoritarian behavior. These include actively managing stress in your daily work, recognizing and encourage proactive traits, and prioritize recovery, whether that is through rest, reflection, or taking breaks. After reading this article, it made me think about the environments that we create. I don't want stress to shape my leadership style. I don't want to hinder creativity with my team. And I think many of us feel the same way. We enter these leadership roles with good intentions, but without the tools and the awareness, stress could lead us to acting with negative behaviors. So in conclusion, I do believe that this article provided valuable insights into how authoritarian behaviors can be triggered, but prevented. It provided practical steps that I believe we could all use within our careers. So if you're like me and you do want to lead with compassion and clarity, I highly recommend reading this article.